Howdy folks, it's rjhelms here, back with episode 14 of our game of Capitalism Lab. We are doing a lot better than we were at the start of the last episode. Our annual profit has tripled in change. Not quite tripled, actually. We're sitting at about $15 million a year, and now we're up at 53, so almost tripled. We made a really good entry into the rest of the household goods market once our R&D was up, and did a bit of tweaking to our sporting goods. We're still way in behind. If we look at the corporate details report, dominance, we are sitting way back in second place against Vitinexus, who is absolutely owning those markets. But I mean, that's not really our main goal, so as long as we're profitable in those, we still have to keep at it, keep looking at what we're doing, but we could, we're doing fine, we can improve that. The real issue is we've fallen a little bit behind in dominance of the real estate sector, which isn't so terrible. If we look at the cities guide, there's a huge surplus of supply on all of these, I believe in all of the cities, yes. Oh, except for apartments in Copenhagen. So I was going to say, what I want to do now that the cash is pouring in again, is actually somewhat aggressively expand back into, or get back on pace with expanding the real estate things. And it looks like the best place to start is with a couple of apartment buildings in Copenhagen. So let's do that. Build the nice big ones, kind of build them on the periphery of the city. Are there any of those monstrous AI-built suburbs? No, there's not. So let's build 1. And 2. I mean, they won't mean much. Once the recession actually ends, once our GDP growth... Well, the recession is ending. We're in a contraction now, so that is wonderful. Once that actually ends, kind of per se... Oh, my supply of linen has stopped. That's a problem. I'm going to start changing my policy here. I've been targeting 80% minimum occupancy rate for my pricing. And once I'm actually get the... economic state goes out of the negatives back into positive GDP growth, I'm going to readjust that target to be up at 90%. These guys are obviously so new that I'm not worried about them, but I do have to go here and deal with the linen supply being stopped. The fact that it said stopped and wasn't automatically relinked tells me there is no linens anywhere in the world. That's a problem, for sure. So let's get into doing that. If I'm not mistaken, if I go to the... Where is it? Yeah, the manufacturer's guide, actually. This is the one I want. No. Manufacturer's guide. And look at linen. It needs flax fiber. Okay, and there are firms producing that. So it is somewhat surprising, to be honest, that there is no linen in the world. But I can solve that problem. I'll build a medium factory. That's going to be a linen factory. See if there's a layout for that. There is. No, I don't want the link set up for me because I don't want to buy from the seaport. Unless it's... Oh, was that actually only for... Oh, it's flax. Sorry, it's flax that I'm looking for. Yeah, I can avoid it. Seaport is a lot better, and I don't like Vitinexus. So, yes, I will buy it from the seaport. And as far as the linen goes, I could have it on internal sale, and... try to sabotage other people. Not sabotage, but you know, I'm not getting any linen from the seaport. That's not too nice. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to buy it from Vita Nexus. Oh, and now, of course, by the time that's done, there's someone else making linen. A lot of other people. Yeah, but I'll use my own. And I'll try to compete on quality. Or on total rating. Might as well not be a total loss. Okay, and that's that problem solved. Nope, my firms. I've still got some cash to put into real estate to try to more aggressively stake out a claim. So let's look at our cities and see other good places to get into. It looks like the next best thing is apartments in Auckland. So I'm going to build 3. I'll build 4. That's a little aggressive. Kind of right on the periphery here of the downtown. But they're filling up, so that's pretty cool. And let's go back to the... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Back to the city's view. So that totally blew the demand index out of the water. It looks like Copenhagen's still a place to do it, actually. Okay, but I don't have enough cash to build any more. Well, I could build one more here. Oh, and I forgot to set these guys to market rent. That was silly of me. So let's go back to our apartments, because that's everything I've built. Oh, maybe they were. No, this guy's not. This guy's not. This guy's not. And this guy's not. Okay, it's okay. Let's put him on there. Okay, cool. And now we are... GDP growth is recovering. Here, I want to expand this. There we go. Yeah, and these guys are showing a nice good loss, but that will change. And I don't expect that to have made any sort of change in our dominance position. We did kind of let that fall through our fingers. So, yeah, while we're waiting for cash to come in, we're still profitable. And waiting for these guys to situate, because it's too early to make an informed judgment of where the rent should be when the thing's still just filling up with its initial tenants. What I need to do is see how I can get the costs of these golf clubs down. Like I said, they cost $17-ish a unit to build. And while the quantity is increasing, as is the profitability, it seems, it's not really terribly effective. I just can't compete quite aggressively enough. So let's look at steel. And see if there's anywhere I can save a lot of money. So no, it's just the seaport. And timber. It's just the seaport. So I actually can't cut costs anywhere. So I'm really curious Like if I go to a retail store in this city, I just want to go to one of these guys. Okay, so their production costs have gone up, actually. Whatever they were doing to be able to absolutely trance me on manufacturing costs, it was probably a different supplier, which is no longer around. So that leveled that playing field out quite a bit, which is very good news. Let's look at the other goods and see if it's something similar. Their inline skates, they're getting for $28 and change. And my manufacturing cost of inline skates is $18. I don't want the warehouse, I want the factory. Well, yeah, just shy of $18. So I can bring this price down at the warehouse, I think. Not that much, obviously. And probably the golf clubs I'll bring down at the warehouse as well. The price of backpacks is so low that I can't really get any farther down. Yeah, and there's no point in this linen factory. I'm just gonna demolish the firm, keep that land, because I might want it later. And I'm gonna go for, oh, not lemons. Where'd you go? Concept Bright, the linen, that's what I want. Because theirs is cheaper, better, and there's not much point for me in trying to compete. I'm not really interested in the technological investment that would be required to get linen worth my while. Okay, so I'm back up to having enough money to build some more apartment buildings. So let me tour my apartment buildings and real estate, and commercial buildings, and see kind of how that pricing is working for me. So this guy, its occupancy is increasing. I'll give it a little nudge by dropping the price here as well. You're still filling up because you're new. You're still filling up because you're new. It's when it kind of levels off, I'm going to tweak the pricing here. You're still filling up because you're new. Still filling up because you're new. New. Something just happened there. That's also new. Here in Harbin, my return on investment is great. But I'd like to get the occupancy up. Here, same thing. I'd like to get the occupancy up. All right, and that's a full tour. Do the same on the commercial buildings. I'm targeting 90%-ish. Which might involve charging well below market rents. Because there's a lot of vacancy, seems to be what that's telling me. So yeah, I'm just dropping my prices a couple percentage points anywhere where my occupancy rate is below 90%. Which is seemingly all of them. Yes, it is. Okay, supply of timber stopped and was automatically relinked. I'm surprised that happened there so much later than it happened everywhere else. This is actually presenting a challenge. There's a seaport selling timber that is way over demand, and there's this guy selling timber also not really able to meet the demand. So that's going to present a problem for me if I go to my factories that are producing timber, or not producing timber, producing things that need timber, like my tissues. This whole affair is bottlenecked by a lack of timber in the world. These guys are both not able to meet demand. So I'm almost wondering if going into the timber business myself would be worth doing. I have 3 firms that buy timber. This place indirectly would buy timber by using paper. Let me see if I can just find a timber reserve that has high quality that I can afford. Quality 66. Quality 67. What's the quality of your timber? 50. Quality 57. Yeah, that one in Auckland actually seems like a good idea for someone to buy. And I can afford it. I'm going to turn this off internal sale, because this could be profitable for me. And I'm going to go to all my factories that need timber. And switch them over to my timber place. You need timber. You need timber. That should be everything. And it was in Auckland. And I am not charging enough because the price to beat, or the rating to beat, is in the 80s. So if I raise my price so it should be like 95, it'd still be quite competitive. Or not. I'm eating into my reserve something fierce. Yeah, 95 seems to be about the price that the market's settling on. Okay, and that's profitable-ish. Yep. Perfect. There's been another one just discovered. It's not as good as mine and doesn't have the same quality of reserve. Okay, and we are recovering quite well now that the recession is over. Central bank policy has tightened up again. Unemployment rate is low. Wage rates are rising. So let's do a tour of our firms. Detergent factory, doing just fine. Your occupancy rate is recovering, and you're in the high 80s, so I'm not going to tweak you. You're at 90 and recovering, so I'm not going to tweak you. And look at this, just the market has expanded quite drastically. Oh, and they're creeping up on me on production quality. That's fine, I should have new R&D taken over pretty soon. Oh, look at that, I have... Or they've priced themselves out. I don't know what's happened of the market entirely. I don't know why they're charging so much more than me. But it's great for me. And backpacks I'm doing pretty good on. Washing powder. Could do some training and raise the price a touch. I'll drop you, but you're rising. Alright, inline skates. Let's aggressively drop the price. Golf clubs and backpacks. I can actually raise the price a little bit, it looks like. No, I don't want to do that. The shortage is actually at my factory. Well, we'll get there soon enough. Okay, you're rising. Give you a little boost. Yep, you're up above 90%, so I'll leave you be. You're rising. Toilet cleaner. That could do with another factory, actually. Occupancy rate 100%. Okay, well, your rent can increase. You're doing just fine. Inline skate factory. Doing fine. You're getting up above 90%, so I'll raise your rent up a touch. Okay, and here... This is looking really good. Need some training. Once again, it's my backpacks are actually bottlenecked at the production. So that might be what I do next after this tour, is figure that out. Golf club factory doing just fine. Yeah, a lot of the... Oh, look at that. Yeah, the pressure's eased way off. I'm just going to drop these prices to try to boost some demand. Okay, so what's going on at the backpack factory? Why am I bottlenecked? Just pause this and see. Well, it seems like I legit just need more training. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so I'll boost the training there. I was gonna say I could go into building another another factory, but I don't think I need to. I'm getting some demand for my polyester, which is cool. I'm the only factory in the world that produces it, so I'm gonna actually raise my price on this a touch. For backpacks, I'm gonna raise the price at the factory a little bit. Alright, you're recovering, but I'll give you a little kick. Same thing here. Yep, you are recovered at my 90% target. Okay, golf clubs. I have to raise my price a touch at the factory. That's looking really nice. You're above 90%, so I'm going to raise the price of the rent just a touch. Same here. Yeah, and here's what I was really looking at. Every single one of these goods, even with full training, is maxed out in terms of the production capacity, or the sales capacity. Toilet cleaner and washing powder are maxed out at the factory, but the other things are not. Tissues here, I have to be more competitive on, but that's fine. Same story here. Oh, and tissues are... Yeah, so detergent and tissues have excess production. but not enough sales. Washing powder and toilet cleaner seem to need more factories. In those markets, at least. So just tweaking some prices here. If I'm have excess supply, I'm dropping them. If I have excess demand, I'm raising them. Did not expect to see that. Backpack price needs to drop. Inline skate price needs to really drop. This factory does not need the training. Price I'm stuck at. That leather factory is working out really well for me. Okay, my inline skate warehouse. I don't really have much room to drop the price. Actually, I'm going to be kind of stuck there. Detergent factory doing just fine. Detergent warehouse. No, I'm almost actually at the capacity here. Yeah, there we go. It's creeping up beyond it. So I'm going to put some training on my output unit because as long as this warehouse stays full, everything's fine. Okay, tissues. I don't need to... Can't really lower my price anymore, but I don't need that training. You are... Yep. You're getting pretty close to your full capacity. I'll drop the price just a little bit to give it that last boost up into the 90s. Same here. That's some R&D coming through. I hope. Same thing with these guys, but they filled up really nicely. Yeah, golf backpack R&D, or golf club backpack and inline skates, sorry, all done. Let's see what we're doing for the goal, because that number, oh yes, back into market dominance. So those 7 or 8 buildings I built were exactly what things called for. Let's look at our dominance report. Oh, we managed to take the golf club market back. We managed to take dominance of real estate back. We are sitting on a ton of cash. Yeah, that's all really, really wonderful. So the biggest thing left to do is just keep up the pressure on the on growing our annual revenue. I do want to go look at my factories in Harbin because I want to see what's best to be done. So that doesn't tell me that it needs more manufacturing capacity. It's just a little bit over. It's not because of a problem with supplies, but I'm training really well. Yeah, these guys are going to all tick up to level 2 in just a minute. So I'm not going to bother with that. Let's go over to these factories and see what we're doing. So inline skates are fine. They've got a warehouse. It's the backpacks. You know, I kind of feel actually like I could do with a new backpack factory, especially because I'm producing my own polyester. So, well, and I've got a slot right here. So let's do that. Build a large factory. Pause for this. Backpack. Linen and polyester. Perfect. Use. No. The polyester I'm going to use my own. And the linen... Yeah, it was concept right. Okay, so I could have done that. I'm going to go to this guy and set it to internal sale. I'm going to build a warehouse. Large warehouse. Can go over here. You will buy only from me. Got one backpack factory. Very soon I'll have another backpack factory. You're going to stay on internal sale and be set to cost. Or close enough to it. Which is this one. So 730, I want this to be priced more attractively for now. Because my goal is to get everybody switched over to this. Even though I've got it on internal sale, I still have a couple people buying from here. I want to set this factor to be selling at cost, but I don't want the people who already have relationships with this firm to get the goods at cost. So I'm going to switch my own retail stores over, which is my department stores. I will go to here. I will go to my backpack thing, link all cities, warehouses only. Bash switch you. I should switch 6 purchase units. Okay, one of them's doubled up. That's perfect. Now, if I go back to Harbin. Yep, you're getting plenty of clients, which is great. You still have these clients. So I'm going to raise the price here. Let's just clear this. I know about that. What I'm trying to do is get you... I mean, if you guys want to pay this crazy price, you're welcome to it. But what I really want you guys to do is buy from my warehouse. Oh, one guy's ditched off. There we go. The supply linen has stopped again. Wonderful. Okay, so this guy can go back to charging cost. That's what I always wanted. Wonderful. I need to find a linen supplier. Oh. Yeah, I'll get it from the seaport. Okay. Just Anchorworks' linen is not good enough for me. Cool, and this cost and freight is total gibberish because it's contingent. It was based on the fact that I had some coming in at some ludicrous price just because of that game I played in this factory, which is not necessary anymore. I just want to see how these guys are doing. So even though the training is coming up and these guys are raising in level, I'm still not able to meet the demand, so it actually seems like the order of business... You can drop your training down, because I just want to get the output level here up. The next order of business is actually going to be, in addition to keeping up the pressure on the dominance for the real estate sector, is going to be to actually double up on the washing powder and toilet cleaner into warehouses. Speaking of which, I didn't name this warehouse, so you are Backpack Warehouse. Yeah, do that. Expand our retail operations to bring us in a bunch more capital. And there's a lot of other things we could do from there, too. There's a couple games we could play to boost up the market capitalization, but I don't think that's really necessary. So this has gone on for a bit longer than I wanted it to. I think we're sitting at about 35 minutes here. So I'm really happy with how this is going, actually. We have gotten well on track for keeping our profitability. We have once again just about doubled and change our annual profit, mostly thanks to an economic recovery. We reclaimed our dominance of the real estate sector, which is wonderful. Looks like there's still an opportunity to build more apartment buildings in Copenhagen if we wanted to. Yeah, we can see here everything is going great as far as the economic recovery. Wages are rising. Unemployment has cratered in every single city. That's just fine. The loan interest rate is rising, but we're not really terribly exposed to that risk. So that is not a problem. We just had a loan a while ago that we're steadily paying off. So next episode, it's going to be, I think more than anything else, where we will look at sorting out our household good manufacturing division over here. Probably end up doubling up on supermarkets in most, if not all, cities. And we've got a lot of money to invest into real estate, and it looks like the place where that's going to happen is apartment buildings in Copenhagen. And then maybe after that, if that all goes well, we can look at expanding into a new sector, because we do still have a long way to go to meet this annual revenue goal. We're just shy of halfway of the way to there. So what that means is basically we have to expand into sectors that don't really have to be profitable as much as the things we're in are, but have to bring in a lot of revenue. And so diversifying further might be the best way to do that. But we will take that on in the next episode. So until then, please leave any comments if you have any thoughts about how this series is going, or as always, if there's anything else you'd like to see either in this game or on my channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you want to see more things like this, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much.